Okay, when should you run Google Ads? Well, there's three things that you should consider. The first one is how quick can you or your sales team actually get to the lead, right? So you've done all the hard work, you've set up your Google Ads account, you've got your click through to your landing page, you get the inquiry. How quick can you actually reply to that inquiry and give them a quote or get it booked in the diary? And speed really is everything, right? So some people even say within 5 minutes. Now that is extreme, but obviously the sooner you can get somebody's taken the time to go to your website and phone you or fill out a form, the quicker that you can reply, like stands to reason, right? The higher the chance that you're gonna they're gonna even pick up the phone or reply to your email, and B, you're gonna actually have a positive conversation, and they're gonna be like, okay, this person's really on it, and get booked in. So really, if you or your sales team are not really proactive and replying to inquiries like as soon as they come in or as close as, then you shouldn't be doing Google Ads, right? If you're going to take 5-10 hours or reply the next day, forget about it. People have gone and found another supplier. So a problem I often see is if you're like a one-man band and you're actually doing the work and you're busy on the tools, like if you can't actually reply to a phone call or pick up an email or a contact form inquiry, you're going to miss that lead as well. So really the companies that do best at Google Ads have at least one other person that's dedicated to sales, or a sort of providing a service where they're able to be really flexible and pick up those inquiries as they come in. Okay, the second point is seasonality, right? So search volume fluctuates by season depending on what your service is, right? So if you're, for example, a lawn care company, so you're one of these companies that goes round and, in spring, summer, autumn will go and look after the lawn for a customer. Well, those months are going to be when there's, especially sort of spring, summer, is going to be the most search volume and when everybody's going to be competing, right? So another one is like sort of boiler repair, right? So in the winter months, especially in the UK, people have got their heating on all the time, and boilers obviously break a lot more often than they do in the warm months. One thing to remember is if you have a seasonal company, make sure that in your downtime, so don't completely switch off your account. The best thing to do is kind of like keep your Google Ads account just running on kind of £1 or $1 or two a day, right? And that just keeps Google Ads happy that you've still got skin in the game, you've reduced your ad spend, but you haven't completely paused your account because they don't like that. So that's a little tip for you. So the third point I want to talk about is days of the week. Now, we always find that weekdays tend to perform better than weekends. And why is that? Because people during the week have got a lot more going on. They're maybe busy in their jobs. If they're suddenly their boiler breaks, they're probably just going to look at the first one or two links on Google and then inquire and go for one of those two. Whereas at the weekend, arguably people have got a bit more time to maybe shop around and try a few different service providers. So we always prefer weekdays to weekends. Now, what you can do, and I've actually made a video about this, I'll drop it in the description, you can adjust the ad schedule so you can just target weekdays, and you can even specify certain days and even certain times of the day. So that's definitely worth bearing in mind. So there are three things that should be factors when you're considering when you should run Google Ads. Anyway, keep it real, and hope you enjoyed that. See you later. Bye.